Hello guys, welcome back to Golden Reviewer. So this is the latest Poco X4 GT with Dimensity 8100. Okay, so I think it's the international version of the Redmi Note 11T that was released in China earlier. But there is no corresponding model for the China version of Redmi K50. Yeah, so this is the closest we can get, right? I reviewed the Redmi K50 before, and I gave the Dimensity 8100 a very, very high appraisal. I think it's one of the best processor of this year, especially in the budget range. So today we are going to test this first Xiaomi device with Dimensity 8100 that you can buy globally, all right, and see how well it performs, whether it's still as good as the Redmi K50. So here we are going to test Genshin Impact. I've enabled the performance mode in the game tuner, and as you can see, everything is set to highest. So under this 25 degrees of room temperature, we'll play the game for about 10 minutes. We'll follow our usual test route in the Inazuma region, so that the result will be comparable across all devices. Right, so without further ado, let's get to the test.
Next on the agenda. Next on the agenda. So mysterious. We're way behind schedule.
Stabilize!
Born of ice and frost. We're way behind schedule. Yeah.
Gather!
Let's light it up! Boba, get them! agenda?
Solidify!
Teamwork is great!
Finally hiring. How's this? Finally, No.
Next on the agenda. We're way behind schedule.
Solidify! Solidify! Time to work. Work tough when you're back into
Access denied.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Stabilize.
Going in! Blaze over.
I see through you.
No touching.
You can't run. Well, I miscalculated. I guess this is it.
Next on the agenda.
Stabilize.
Access denied.
Gather.
Teamwork is dreamwork. You're toast!
I will have order.
schedule. Ch-
Okay, so that's 10 minutes of gaming, and firstly, let's measure the device temperature. Okay, so the hottest spot I could find on this device is 43.4 degrees. So it feels quite similar to how the Poco F4 GT performs. It's warm, but it's not too bad. But in terms of performance, right, this device is really a huge disappointment. I had very high hopes for it because the Dimensity 8100 is super efficient, as proven in the Redmi K50. But this device delivered very poor performance overall, right? You can see that the average FPS is only 40.7, and we have a very unstable FPS. You can see the FPS going up and down all the time. So we had some pretty bad lags during the game, and I'll say the gaming experience was not enjoyable at all. And then if we look at the power consumption, it's quite similar to the Poco F4 GT's problem, which is that the device power is restricted to a very, very low level, right? So for this one, the average power you can see is only 4.7, and on many occasions, the device is restricted to around 4 watt. I think the device, the SoC is trying to push the performance further, but apparently Xiaomi or Poco is not allowing that to happen by restricting the power too much, right? I guess they have a point here. Maybe the device is made of plastic, so there is no proper cooling, so they don't want the heat to actually damage any components. But anyway, the performance was really disappointing because of the very strict power restriction, right? So here is the overall results of all the devices, and you can see that this device is much worse than the Redmi K50, which had the same Dimensity 8100 SoC, right? But surprisingly, it is still best than the more expensive and supposedly much better Poco F4 GT, right? That just shows you how bad the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 is, right? But that's okay because now we have the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, and I've bought the Xiaomi 12S Ultra. It's on the way. I think it will arrive in a week or so time. So please remember to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss the review on that device. All right, so that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.